All right, Friday closing market update. Awesome week. I am in a hit on global macro and some of the cycle pro moves that we made, but just a really good week overall, guys. We did really well in rates, the dollar, all the big global macro trades. We really kind of positioned ourselves well for a lot of opportunity and executed well. So just to recap, coming into the end of the week, just like last week. The machines are on. They ripped the Nasdaq, ripped ripped equities, and even have a small caps rally into the end of the week, which I think is a selling opportunity. Again, we sold that. I'll go over it. Gold got hit on that, and the pairs trade that we've been using, long dollar against your long golds. That gives you an opportunity to probably cover some euros. Sunday night or into the beginning of next week, twos flattened out again. Sold some twos late yesterday. We talked about that. We booked tens. So pretty well balanced approach. You even had Ethereum up a little bit back above 1900. This isn't a crypto update, but that's something to do considering that blockchain really doesn't move that much compared to the rest of these markets. But let's just get into it. Global macro. I think the big thing right now, the narrative is obviously AI. And when people talk about the market, they talk about equities, right? And right now it's just held up by a handful of stocks. So when I look at where we are on the NASDAQ, I've been drawing this upward channel. I believe that's 2 standard deviations. And we're right back to the top of the range. Maybe we stretch to 15,000. That's going to be a huge, huge whole number. All right. And 15, the highs from April and March definitely matter on the NASDAQ. We're already through it. NASDAQ was first to get above the August highs. If you look at the Russell, we're not there. But so 15,000 is going to be key. I'm not saying we need to be aggressively short NASDAQ at all. I've been saying short Russell, long Dow is a pretty core trade as far as equities. Didn't have any S&P short on, and actually have some 4,300 strike calls. So I sold the NASDAQ just small late, just to have something short because the Dow long's on. We did well on oil, some of the other things I'll hit on. But this isn't, you don't need to be stepping in front of the train. But this is the top of the range. I think we're in the process of finally putting in a big time lower high, and then you're gonna get the phase 3 of the bear market, but you gotta navigate it and trade it and risk manage it properly. So what I was gonna say in S&Ps, 4,200. So here's the August highs in S&Ps. That's what I was gonna say. We're not back to those levels yet. 4,320. Call it 4,300. The option guys are probably gonna have. Now you're also getting back to the weekly levels. So this is the long-term downtrend bear market that we've been in. We held the bottom of it on each of these major lows. This is coming from the top, the all-time highs. So we're coming right into that same spot, 4,300. It's going to be really, really key into the June, July turning points on a lot of these major cycles. And then when we look at the Russell, same kind of thing. It's okay, we're back to the bands. Russell can barely get off the mat. We're right back at pi. So I'd rather go first to the short side and to the wood on small caps in the Russell. That's been the game plan. We've been selling all these rallies. So we did the same today. It's trying to play catch up, but you want to be a seller in the next week, and sold some today on that. The Dow is kind of playing catch up as well. A little bit of resistance I talked about earlier in the week, 33,000, this 33,800 area. We'll see where we start the week. Take some profits. I just stayed long because I'd rather see if we can get up another 100 or 200 points to take some more gains up here. But so playing the Dow long. If we look at vol and the VIX in comparison, front end's breaking down. But every time, guys, we're all really crashing into the end this front month futures. So new lows VIX. I don't think that's something you want to chase. I covered all my short futures and I actually bought some calls. I said if you get into the teens, I want to be a little bit long vol. So it's kind of the same trade. You can be patient on that. We'll see. I can get into the term structure maybe a little bit on the VIX futures curve. I want to hit on bonds. So treasuries held right where we should have. This is a long-term new bull market. I wrote about it, talked about it in October. It was a great call. Higher lows. We just put in another higher low. I want the opportunity to buy tens back where we did the end of last week and early part of this week you could have bought. So the way we're playing that has been short twos. If you sold yesterday, you get to cover some back up high, which we did. Tens, we pretty much sold into the absolute high. Now you get to buy it back a little bit. I think, again, you can be a little bit patient. Treasuries kind of like to trade in more of a range, something about the way the bond market trades. We held it high. You're halfway of the move back up off the lows. Anything a 112, 113 handle in 10-year futures, we want to scale back in, kind of beef up that long. I like being long treasuries overall. Did not sell any 30s. So a little bit short there. Maybe on a bounce, I'll reset something short. And the reason being is because we're long ultras. I booked gains in ultras after 4 points. And I still have a piece on for that. I think we can probably retrace 50% of this move. You probably get ultras back to 135, 134. So I like to go back to tens first to get long. And then if you get to the deeper levels, buy out duration. So maybe we see these lows again in ultras. That was a great trade. It'll be more of the same. What else today? The dollar. The dollar, new uptrend. We covered euro really well. Went back to the short side. Actually, I talked about it really early morning 2 days ago to cover here, and then we shorted. Boom, get a chance to cover. I didn't cover any of my euro short going into the close, but we essentially failed at pi. I just put it in the Cycle Edge Pro. So if you covered some, well done. Probably on the open in the morning. If you get a little bit lower, I'll be covering half of that. So short euro, long dollars. We took gold profits well this week. I talked about being out of the money a little bit long, and then finally we got in the money. We took some profit here, took some profit here. Now you can buy back some gold, which I did do. I don't know if I signaled it. Silver, I'm still short. So silver we covered really well. Went back to the short side first, took some profit in gold, and I haven't booked anything on the short side of silver yet. But if you get back below 23.5, it's going to be to start to maybe get some of those gains back, depending on how you want to play your gold long. Let's see what else I'm missing. If we talk about our services, we're still kind of, I mean, I've been out of the game for a while, so we just revamping things. So the Cycle Edge Pro is one service. That's what I've been the busiest in, that with the institutional guys, which are mostly fixed income rates traders. But I did an update. What was I going to say? I just wanted to review this week's trades, and it was a short week. We can even start since 31st. So we were talking about gains in bonds. I kind of already mentioned this, being long treasuries off the lows towards 380. I've written about that and talked about it for all of May. Good buys, you get the chance to take profit. Our long bond position, again, we were taking this off and booking it into 136. 4 points, just big gains in 10. So for some of the accounts and manage stuff I'm doing with the rates guys. This was a big day. So treasuries, good execution. Got paid on that. Copper on the short side, another good trade this week. I like being short copper and long oil. So earlier in the week, boom, booking gains. Came back on the long side of oil shortly after. Let's see. Yeah, get long oil. Yep. Next trade. I already booked gains when we were up at 73.74 a week prior. And then I said, I like being overall global macro bearish on oil and energy when you have a growth slowing call. But because of anything like inflation or the stuff you have like today and last week, when stocks rip, oil's going to bounce. And you get gold down, everything that we like as a core trade. I like having something on the reflation side. Plus, I talked about it yesterday, the day before, that the war cycle's up. You got always OPEC playing games. So kind of being overall oil bull still tends to pay off. So we were buying down at 68. And then we got paid on that today. So this is just an inside look on what I've been trying to build back here on treasuries. And this is helpful. You guys can follow these on your phone. Subtext does a good job of just making it easy to read and easy for me to get out, whether I'm at the desk or not. Getting long oil. NASDAQ came in short, I think, this day. We talked about covering at pi. I think that was the low of the move this week. I said cover some here, and that's actually where we bought NVIDIA. So depending on how you structure your portfolio, you could be short NASDAQ. You can be long things like NVIDIA or Apple. Short NASDAQ fail. That was the vol update. We did so much. Silver. I don't know if I can go through all of these guys, but silver. This is okay. This was about being short here, and I'm not sure if we get a chance to cover that or not. It's against the gold longs. It was the 31st. NVIDIA, NASDAQ. Some gain. So that was okay. That was silver, and then gold. I'm just kind of talking about the same things. This was when I said we were out of the money buying gold, and then we popped above, took some profit. So that was that. Oh, that was a long NVIDIA, Nasdaq fell at pi, FX update, short ball, Russell gains. Russell's been easy. We sold some of this a couple times. Got a chance to cover down below 1750, I think, even. And now covered well. You're going to get the chance again just to repeat that. Euro failed at pi. I kind of mentioned this earlier in the week. Covered chance to cover. That was early in the Euro session. Another winner. So guys, all the same stuff I hit on is here. We went 14. I just wrote it down in the notebook. 14 for 15. 14 for 15 since 31st. So 3 days of trading. Right now, the only thing that's out of the money really is the Russell on all this stuff that I talked about. Oil gains. This is we're buying at 68. Sold some here. Only counted this as one win, even though it just took another piece off into the close. So anyway, guys, if you want to get involved with us, I'm trying to. Well, I just put together a Slack room for those involved with Cycle Edge Pro, just so you can communicate more, share things, share ideas. But if you get stuck like out of the money on something, or you get over your skis, there's ways to hedge it, do things in options. But yeah, cycleedgecapital.com. Just click here and you guys can sign up. Also, I think I said till the 5th. I'm gonna run the special on Inner Circle. So some of the old group and anybody that's new, it's everything I've ever put together on the educational side, all the courses between Forex, Pi Cycle, the full model. It's $14,000 worth of value, plus the coaching we're going to be twice a week, and then the one-on-one mentorship. A couple of bonuses. I can get you guys 20% off if you want to trade futures through Top Step. I'm going to throw in a year's research, the Cycle Edge Macro Pro product, and then just a piece of trading tech, the new iPad Pro is there also. So all this is usually, I mean, we sold, when I wanted to learn to trade Forex, I paid 12 grand. I've sold this coaching stuff for upwards of 7. The Inner Circle with everything is 7, and it's 50% off again through the 5th to get you started, 3,500 plus all the bonuses. Yeah, so don't forget about that. And I think that's pretty much it. I'll be around doing some things over the weekend, guys, with our new my new macro fund. I don't even want to mention too much about it. I'll probably put something out as far as that goes on Sunday. But anyway, hope you all had a good week. It was good to get back in the flow of things. We had quite a bit of trades and good ebb and flow. So it's nice to be back kind of doing that. I will include the open Slack group link and then links to the Inner Circle guys. All right, have a great weekend. Be safe, be good. We'll talk to you.